Greetings to one and all. Today, the topic I have preferred to put some light upon is mindfulness in the classroom, fostering mental wellness in education. As simple the wordings of this topic are, it is equally simple to understand it, yet is equally difficult to implement it. We all have experienced the school life. All of us will be having different experiences of the same. When one is kept inside the classroom, and in the other situation, when the same person, is kept outside the classroom. Both the situations are different, and the person can also be analyzed on different parameters. When outside the classroom, the subjects to be studied or the areas of life to be covered are completely different. And when you come to the classroom, things are really different. You have to be focused, you have to be concentric. You are also required to be more particular in the moment. And we know how difficult it is to be in the moment. But maybe not always, but yes, most of the times it is. So taking this forward, next I'll display a picture here determining the context in what I'm talking. We can see two people here, left and right. And the cloud of thoughts for both the people are different. The one on the right and the one on the left. One on the left can easily be recognized because we all are in the same state these days. One on the right is where we want to be. As we talk about the three basic components, body, mind, and soul, when all the three are present at the same instance with better clarity in life, it gets very easy for each one of us to make further decisions, further plans, and even betterly said, ideating a better life. So teaching something from the very basics of learning stages of a human, this would really help us to develop into better futuristic humans. The absolute protagonist of my presentation is mindfulness. So come, let's see what mindfulness actually is. We have talked a lot about it till now, but to be more clear, as the screen shows you, focusing on one moment, task, or thought at a time. Basically, being present in the present. It's rightly said, be where you are, otherwise, you will miss your life. It's a very small line, but it means a lot. This is what mindfulness actually is, being in the moment and enjoying it to the fullest. Okay, so now let's bring a little more practicality to the session. Now we will do a 15 or 20-second task. I would request you all to close your eyes. Take a deep, mindful inhale. Slowly exhale. Open your eyes. A lot of you might not know this, but yes, you have done a really pleasant thing for your body, mind, and soul just now. Though it was a very small breath process, still, what you have done is you have evoked your vagus nerve. Vagus nerve, what is it? Any ideas? Okay, let's discuss a little about this term as well, because this is also connected to today's topic. Vagus nerve is one of the longest and the most complex nerve in our body. It runs from the brain through the face and thorax to the abdomen. And that is how it has the power to control our digestion, heart rate, voice, mood, and even the immune system. So, aren't these things very, very important to us? If you look at the words again, it's digestion, heart rate, voice, mood, and the immune system. Yes, of course, we can relate to them very easily. And that is why a regular stimulation of the vagus nerve is required to keep our mind and heart into synchronization. A kind of peace where we are, a kind of synchronization between our mind and heart which keeps us at peace for maximum time of the day. Isn't it interesting to know that how the anatomy of our body is so very connected with such a soulful terminology of mindfulness? This excites me and makes me more curious to know about this term. Yet, definitely I'm expecting that a lot of people out there who are listening to this are also interested in doing the same. Well, in case you want to know more about vagus nerve or anything relevant to that, definitely there are a lot of resources available, and please do check. Now, I will be moving to our main topic, that is mindfulness in classroom. Classroom as in the classrooms in the school or in this just the study environment. The environment of learning where lot of attention and focus is required. When we talk about the setup of a classroom, there are two major components of it, the teacher and the students. The teacher is the one who guides, and students are the one who follow. There is nothing more remarkable when a set of souls connect with each other under the shade of mindfulness. As we expect both the teacher as well as the students to inculcate mindfulness in classroom, now let's see further how and why the teachers can do so, and on the other side the students as well. First we will talk about teachers. Why mindfulness is needed in classroom. When the teachers in the classroom are mindful about their actions and words, they definitely have a choice and they will put out what is positive and productive, which eventually will lead to an environment which becomes very accepting. This environment creation can only be done by emotionally strong people, and mindfulness brings it along. Also, creating a mindful environment helps the teacher in managing the difficult students. Difficult students, as in, see, we all are humans, we all are different. So, in every situation, we react or respond differently. I will definitely respond or react in a situation little different from what any one of you would. And that is what makes us all humans. We are just different in different aspects. And sometimes when that different is something that doesn't match my mental level or the teacher's mental level, it becomes a little difficult for the person to handle. But yes, being mindful about the words and the environment and a lot of other factors, it helps a lot. For the next point, if a teacher is very dissolving, let's say that he or she, the teacher, understands the things that the students are conveying to her and she takes them in a positive manner, is always accepting, is always there to listen, is always mindful about her actions and words. So, yes, this helps the students to connect with the teacher more and it strengthens the teacher student relationship. Since the bonds are strong now, it also helps in building the community. Next, we would see how teachers can inculcate mindfulness in themselves and further enhance the classroom environment into a very subtle and complacent one. A wise man once said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." So, if you want to bring a change, you have to start with yourself. It all starts within. How you bring the change, how you bring the good change, in fact, that you want to see. You have to start everything from yourself, because when you work on yourself, whether it is mentally or physically, it definitely impacts your impression that is present on the students. How they see you, how they take you, how do they really respect you, how much can they bind with you, everything. How acceptable you are for them. And while doing this, when you are working on yourself to bring the change, you should also always consider sharing the benefits of whatever you're doing. Children learn better when they see things happening. So rather than putting your advices into words, telling them do this, do that, do it with your own self. And when you bring that change in the aura or the decorum of your class, it automatically goes into the vibrations. Now, when working with the students, always use age appropriate activities. The activities with which the students of the particular class or age can connect. Something that makes them feel curious to know more about what you really want them to know. Make sure that both of you, the teacher and the student, go aligned on the same path. And please do not leave anyone behind, because a classroom is a place where we have a complete diversity. No student is same, as no human is same. So no student is same. Every student is different. Every student's needs are different. How they understand things, how they tackle a situation, how do they respond, everything is different for everyone. So yes, please have regards for the diversity and try your best, or just put your best in including each and every one. Make sure that you're able to make them connect with each other as well, not only with your own self, but with each other in themselves as well. And lastly, make sure that you knit mindfulness into the curriculum. There are ample of mindfulness exercises and activities present, so you can pick any of them and keep rehearsing them. Make sure that you are sharing the needful words with the students so that they can connect with you even more. If not how you know it, do it the way the students will grab it. So now, as we are done talking about the teachers, how and why they should go with mindfulness, let's move to the part of students. Here we proceed with why mindfulness is needed in the classroom. Going with the first pointer, which says mindfulness helps the students in developing self-awareness. Now, what is self-awareness? Self-awareness as a human or as a child, if I talk about it, it is basically to know my inner self, to know how capable I am of doing things, what all things can I do, what are the things that I do not like, what caliber do I hold, knowing my potential, basically your self introspection in a manner. So, that is self awareness, which is super important to go further in life and decide when to do, what to do, how to do. And when you develop this sense of self awareness, you are surely there able to have a good self control as well. Self control means basically to have the right choice of doing anything, saying anything, or just putting out anything to anyone, making sure that no other soul, no other person gets hurt. It is when you know the limit, the boundary of everything. Subsequently, when you do things under control, that is, within the limits and the boundaries, anyhow, the sense of calmness also develops. And when you are calm, you can cope up with situations really, really well. You will be efficient enough to respond to situations. Our next pointer here says helps manage emotions. Emotional management is a very important task. I hope everyone agrees with this. We have a number of emotions, and to manage these emotions is the real task. And as a student, it gets even difficult because when you are learning, when you are into your developing phase, things are not that sorted. You are always curious, you have so many questions in your mind to which you're searching answers for. So, yes, having a control over these emotions is a real challenge, and mindfulness actually helps you in deciding the right path. Now, if you look at the image here, which is a very beautiful self explanatory image, you are here. This tag in the brain completely clarifies it all. As with the pointer I go next, it increases your focus and attention. When you make sure that you're present at the moment, in the present time, with present set of thoughts, absolutely you will be focused and attentive. And that is all we majorly need inside the classroom. Lastly, it says it promotes self-acceptance. As we all humans are created, maybe in the same manner but with different qualities and different, abilities, we all are different. So accepting one's own self is the first thing to have a peaceful life. No comparison, no competition. It is your own journey. So accepting who you are and working on your own self to make your own self better with every passing day is what self acceptance is all about. Moving forward, under the section of students, let us have an overview of the psychological and physical benefits of mindfulness. We all know that a student's life is not that straight as it looks like. It has its own ups and downs. Now, dealing with these ups and downs is where we need the coping skills. And mindfulness helps a student to develop these. It also helps in improving the learning ability and memory, as it's important to, retain the knowledge that you gain, because you learn it and then you forget it doesn't make any sense. So yes, when you have clarity in your mind, you know what you are taking inside your brain, then yes, you will put the filter and you will take it inside and you will shut it in the sense that you will have it retained in your mind so that you can implement it whenever needed. As the students are coping with the ups and downs we recently discussed, and similar is the management of problems. Next, it says a very strong self esteem. What is self esteem? Self esteem is basically defined as the confidence in one's own worth, abilities, or morals. It is an overall opinion of yourself and your beliefs about your abilities and limitations. So, when it has so much to deal with your own self, then yes, mindfulness, mindfulness, and mindfulness. And yes, that smile that you have just catered is what is happiness, and it keeps on growing when we put ourselves under mindfulness. Provides better sleep. Yes, sleeping is one of the best solution to a lot of problems. Not always, but yes, almost many a times, because a better sleep will make your brain relaxed. It will give it the me time that it requires to rejuvenate the energy and come back, start a new day with the required purity. And this purity of mind takes us to better thoughts, and better thoughts help us live a better life. So, these were the psychological and physical benefits that one can gain under mindfulness. So, now taking you all further, I would like to share a small activity, or you can say a hack, that would help you gain mindfulness in a very interesting manner. It is named as Mindfulness Snack, and it's a method. So I'll be discussing with you how we can do it. Sharing this method with all of you actually makes me feel that even if this method helps any one of you, or at least maybe just one of you at some point in life, it will definitely put a great impact soulfully. Now let's discuss this method. This method is basically to be followed on the days when we feel stressed out. There are surely days when we feel very much consumed and we don't feel like doing anything, and we are so stressed out. We feel like we are into a box out of which we want to come out, but we are not able to. We are like packed and we are wired, and we are not able to open ourselves. So, that is the point where you have to follow this mindfulness snack. Following this acronym, here S stands for stop. So, whatever you're doing, whatever moment you're into, just stop, pause for that moment. And now, when you have paused, make your mind a little relaxed, calm it down. Second, N, you have to notice. What you have to notice? What is happening within you and what is happening around you. Look around and look into your inner self. Next, E, which stands for acceptance. Please do not ever trick yourself. Whatever is happening within you, around you, whatever you feel, please accept it. Acknowledge it for your own betterment. Do not try to fabricate anything, because we are very much clear about the realities. So do not judge, do not compare. Simply accept what is happening. Next is C, that is curious. When you have accepted and acknowledged about what is happening, you will definitely have questions about your experience, your environment, your feelings, what you want to do at that point of time. What are you feeling? Do you want to go somewhere? Do you want to meet someone? Do you feel like talking to someone? Are you feeling, a rush of anger, or what is it? It can be anything. If you have so many emotions, so many feelings, it can be anything. But you have to be curious about it. You have to have that, thirst of knowing that what is happening and why is it happening. Right? What can I do to make it better? You have to have that in you. And as humans, we are designed to learn and experience and explore. So, yes, each one of us has that capability. It is not like one can do it and the other cannot. It might take all of us different level of efforts, but yes, we can do it. And lastly, we have K, that stands for kindness. Why kindness is needed? It is needed especially when you are responding to yourself and others. Not only with respect to mistakes that are made, but yes, in all aspects. Kindness is needed as a response to all the negative emotions, because that is how you neutralize things. Always serve kindness on the table. Always. And this is how an emotionally strong person is recognized. Do not ever panic when you have days of stress, when you don't feel like doing anything, when you slow down. It's very okay. It's absolutely okay. Just keep moving. Your speed doesn't matter, but your motion should always be there. And this method of mindfulness snack, it really helps you a lot. So stop, notice, accept, get curious, and present kindness. So with this, I end my presentation. Thank you to all of you. And to read more about this topic and other topics of this similar context, please visit the blog section as it's given on the screen. Thank you so much.